So, ooh, there's an ambulance coming. Anyway, so who heard Kennedy today talk about autism, Tylenol, circumcision, right? He said that you're, if you are, if you were taking Tylenol and are circumcised, you're twice as likely to be autistic. Yeah, here we go again. More dumb shittery. Like I just at this point, I don't know who listens to this guy and says, "Yep, that makes sense." Right? I know what he's thinking. I know because autism is more likely to be diagnosed in men or boys than in women or girls, and that there's various reasons for that. Some people think that it's because men tend to be more repetitive, right? So boys tend to do more repetitive movements and things like that. So that carries with the diagnosis of autism. Sometimes it's delayed diagnosis, meaning that's not doesn't get diagnosed till later, and girls maybe don't display as many symptoms. They could be autistic, but they don't display as many. But anyway, back to Kennedy. I have some of my right-wing acquaintances and friends, continue to argue that this guy knows what he's talking about, and I just hearing him talk about various topics, health topics, and spending, a quarter of a century in healthcare and being acquainted with a lot of the research because, well, it's part of my job and part of continuing education that everyone needs to do in my field. I can't believe that we have one person that's taking the entire knowledge that has been amassed by the scientific community, and that knowledge is now being put aside in favor of some guy who was a drug addict for most of his life, due to poor dietary choices, end up getting a brain worm, right? How the hell do you get a worm in your brain? But he got one, right? And the guy likes to swim in some sort of a toxic sewer infested waters with his grandkids. I would have been pissed if that was my kids, right? And then he keeps peddling essential oils, one of his companies. And not only that, he's now helping Dr. Oz to promote his skin product as a competitor to the company that makes Tylenol. So think about that. I mean, that's just, ridiculous. Hope you see it. I do. Bye.